Hi bookshelves, it's Tanya. Welcome or welcome back. And today I'm doing the reading taste stack. And also in the end of this video I will tell you about small changes that are happening on my channel. So yeah, let's begin. The first question. What is your favorite genre? My favorite genre is historical fiction. Also, I really enjoy classic books. I was trying to get into YA genre, like YA fantasy genre, because it's very popular and a lot of people recommend it and covers are so beautiful and also stories sound interesting, but I just couldn't get into it. I didn't read that many books, but the books that I have read just didn't work for me. And I just always keep coming back to historical fiction, which is my absolute comfort zone. Number 2. What is the most difficult genre for you to read? I think for this I have to say horror or thrillers. This is such a difficult word to pronounce. Thrillers. Because I guess I have like a very lively imagination. If a movie or a book has a lot of violence to it, if it's very scary, it just affects me a lot. And even after I read the book, I am still scared. I will imagine things. So that's why I try not to read those books. Too many. And I definitely don't watch movies. Books, they're kind of distant, so books may be easier for me to consume. But movies, they're very visual. They affect me really bad. I remember I watched the movie Split. It's the movie about the guy who is like multiple personalities. Do you remember it? I will put it up here. My friend recommended it to me and she said that it was such a brilliant movie. I really wanted to read this, to watch this movie, and so I did, and I regretted it so badly. I really hated that movie. I hated it completely. There was nothing hopeful about it. Everybody was either killed or tortured or, you know, everything was bad. There was no hope in this movie. And after that movie I had like this really terrible visions in my mind that kind of kept coming back and back, and I couldn't stop them. It was so scary to me. It was nothing like me and I was so terrified. So after that movie I never watch anything like psychological thrillers, horrors. I don't do those things. What is your preferred age range? I'm not sure about the age range. I really like middle grade. Middle grade is like my also kind of comfort zone because it always makes me feel very cozy, very at home, like Harry Potter makes people feel, right? So Harry Potter is a middle grade book. I think so, right? So, and all of those books, they would just make me feel very calm, very cozy and very happy. And middle grade books are like the best cure from reading slump for me. Middle grade, I love it. And also, since I like historical fiction, I guess it's an adult, but you know, not something scary, not something too graphic. YA, like I said, it's not very much for me. I don't really enjoy YA these days. Maybe I just haven't found the right book. I am going to try and read more YA because I really think that there must be books that I would enjoy and that I would like. I just haven't found them yet, probably. Are you a character-driven or a plot-driven reader? I think I am definitely a character-driven reader. Like, I have to relate to the character. I have to understand the character and I have to like something about the character. Not necessarily like the personality of the character, but just, or approve of the character, but just like something about him or her. If I don't relate, if I don't find the character real, if I'm not interested in the character as a person, I will not be interested in the book itself. I remember recently I read Rune Marked by Joanne Harris, and it was a good book. It was well written. I think the plot was also quite good, but I just didn't care. I finished the book, but I just read the book because I just wanted to finish it, but I didn't enjoy it because I didn't relate to the characters. I was not interested in them. They were so distant for me, cold, and I just didn't understand them, and that's why I didn't care, and that's why I really didn't enjoy the book. So definitely character driven. Do you have a preferred perspective? No, I really don't. I don't care about perspective. I really don't care whether it's third perspective or whether it's the first perspective. No, I really don't care. It's not the matter of perspective for me, it's the matter of writing, it's the matter of the character, and it's the matter of the plot. Do you have a preferred tense? Again, tense doesn't matter. It can be past, it can be present. I really don't care. Again, character, plot, writing, most important things that I kind of look for. I feel like tense and perspective, that just means that an author uses to better tell his or her story. Yeah, if the story is interesting, if the characters are enjoyable and relatable, I really do not care about tense or perspectives. Do you like series or standalones best? Definitely standalones, because I find it very difficult to commit to so many books. Like, I have to really love the book to pick up like a second or a third, because there are so many interesting stories, there are so many interesting worlds that I could enjoy, and so many interesting characters that I could meet, and like, it's kind of a lot to ask to commit to like 5 or 7 books in a series. I can maybe do duologies, but yeah, if it's more than a duology, I really have to enjoy the first and the second book then for me to pick up next. And actually I haven't even finished Harry Potter. Actually, I plan on finishing Harry Potter like this year, so I will probably make reading vlogs for that, but I haven't even finished reading Harry Potter. I read only the first 3 books of Harry Potter, and yeah, the rest I just watched the movies. I've only finished Twilight. Twilight is the only series that I have finished like back in the day, because I was obsessed with Twilight. But apart from that, I've never finished any series. So yeah, standalones. But maybe I will change my mind, because now I'm trying to read more of fantasy. I'm trying to get into like more adult fantasy genre. So, and fantasy usually has a lot of series and a lot of books in the series, so hopefully I will find some that I really enjoy. So fingers crossed. Let's see, maybe I will change the answer to this question in the future, but for now it is definitely standalones. Which would you rather, long or short books? It actually depends. So if I'm in a reading slump, definitely short books. Like if I don't feel like reading, I go and buy a small book that is doable and that is very easy to read, like a middle grade book or like a collection of short stories, something like that. And if I'm okay, like if I'm feeling that I can read and I'm not in the reading slump, I actually like reading big books, because I just like holding like a big chunk of a book in my hand. I don't know, it's a very stupid reason, but I just like it, the feeling. And also when I finish the book, I have such a strong sense of accomplishment. I'm so proud of myself. And shorter books don't give me that sense of accomplishment, only big books do. So yeah, I definitely enjoy big books. Short books are good for reading slumps. Which format do you like best? I like physical books. I feel like it's the only format that I read. No, actually I also read ebooks. I have a Kindle, but I rarely read ebooks. I mostly read paperbacks, physical books. I don't listen to audiobooks because I find it difficult to concentrate on an audiobook while I'm going somewhere or while I am doing something. Like I said, I have a very lively imagination, so I just keep thinking about my own things and not really listening to the book. I just keep getting distracted by something I see or by something I do. So like audiobooks just don't work for me. I don't concentrate on them. And yeah, physical books is my preferred format. What are you currently reading? Currently I am reading these 2 books. They're actually in their dust jackets. I'm just show you this front page. So currently this is my commute book. So I am reading Little Women, and I'm loving it so much. They're actually giving me emotions that kind of Harry Potter gave me one day, because well, obviously they're very different from Harry Potter, but just the writing, in the sense that every line of the book, every sentence is filled with humor. Like when I read Harry Potter, I also noticed it about Harry Potter. The whole book is filled with humor. You read every page, every sentence, and you will find like a light joke in that. That is what makes a book so easy, at least for me, to read, because it is just so uplifting and humorous, and just, you know, it just makes you feel good. It makes you feel cozy, and it makes you feel like you are talking to a friend and having a funny conversation. And the same feeling I have about Little Women. Every sentence, like honestly, just if you have a book, check for yourself. Almost every page, every sentence is humorous. Like the way she describes her girls, and the way she describes what they're doing and how they're behaving and what they're thinking. In almost any situation, it is just so humorous. And I'm loving it so much. The second book that I'm reading is this one, The Beast Player, by Naoko Uehashi. And this is a fantasy. I think it's a YA, maybe middle grade fantasy, about... I've only started, so I cannot really tell you much, but it's about like a girl whose mother, she doesn't have a father, her mother is like a veterinarian for magical beasts that are used by humans for war. And so one day the beasts that she was taking care of, and they're like the best, the strongest beasts in the army, and all of them just die for some reason. No one knows the reason. They just, one night they just die, all of them. And so I don't know what happens next, because that's where I stopped. So we will see how it develops. I cannot say that I'm like in love with it. I am not so far, but I am only like 15 pages in. Oh no, I'm 30 pages in, and like it's very early to say. So let's see if I will like it or not, but I just like the idea, and I'm interested in like what happens next. I think it's a middle grade book because the main character is like 10 years old, so apparently it's a middle grade book. So I hope I will love it as well. And that is it for today, guys, for the book tag. And now I want to just tell you about the changes that are going to happen on my channel, because I initially planned to do this channel as a daily vlogging when I came to Japan, but now that I have found a part-time job, and I am really tired after. I am so tired. Even though it's a part-time, I finish at like 3 p.m. but I'm so physically tired and exhausted because I work as a maid at a hotel, and let me tell you, it is so exhausting. Like it is, you have to move like beds, you know, to do the beds, you have to clean, and it's just physically very exhausting, and I just don't have the energy to film videos every day. So that's why I think I will just I will have less videos on my channel. Probably I will do like 2 videos a week. Yeah, 2 or 1 videos per week. But I really want to do something to be more active during October, because October is Vlogtober, and during Christmas, because that's gonna be Vlogmas. So I probably will pre-film, so hopefully maybe I will be able to pre-film something for those. If not, then it will be just 2 videos per week. But yeah, that is the changes that are going to happen. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you feel like doing this tag, also feel free to do it. I will not tag anybody because I don't know who has done this tag or who hasn't. I feel like it's a very old tag, so just if you want to do it, please feel free to do it, and you're officially tagged if you want to. And thank you so much for watching. I wish you to have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon in my next videos. Thank you. Bye.